Hey everyone, welcome back to Harry Potter Folklore. So, for today's video, I want to talk about every way possible, every route, every avenue you can take in order to achieve immortality, a lifelong goal for many, a curse for some, depending on how you look at it. I'd like to be immortal anyway, that's for sure. I've done a good bit of research on the matter, and it seems to me that there are 5 ways within the wizarding world of Harry Potter that can allow you to become immortal, although with that being said, not all of them are possible to harness for yourself, and you'll see what I mean a little later in the video. Immortality is the magical ability to live forever. Immortality was one of the known limits to magic. It was nearly impossible to make oneself immortal, but that word nearly is there for a reason, because immortality has been achieved, but by very few. As a matter of fact, there are 7 known immortals in the wizarding world, and some may surprise you. Instead of listing these immortals, I'm going to list the methods of immortality and then link the immortals to achieve the feat through those methods mentioned. So let's take a look at the first method, which is probably one of the most widely known, and that is of course the Horcrux. Before today's video continues, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, G2A.com. Everyone, G2A is the world's largest marketplace for digital products, and I'm so excited to be partnering with them for today's video. With 20 million plus clients worldwide and 255 million website visits a year, G2A certainly are the one-stop shop for all your digital product needs. Hogwarts Legacy has opened to massively favourable reviews, but what's the benefit of purchasing the game from G2A over anywhere else? Well, they want to send you to Hogwarts in person. Yes, that's right. You can enter the Wizarding World competition right now to begin with a chance to win a dream trip to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. It's not just one winner, however. They're giving away 5 double trips. You heard me right, a double trip. Flights, hotel, Wizarding World tickets, it's all paid for, and this is all you have to do. Buy anything from G2A.com. It doesn't have to be Hogwarts Legacy, but purchase it during the competition campaign. Register your purchase and answer the short contest question. Design and name your very own spell. You register by filling out the form, and your entry number is actually your order number. Finally, all you have to do is wait to see if you've won, and you could be on your way to Orlando, Florida. Visit G2A.com now. A horrifically dark piece of forbidden magic. A Horcrux is an object chosen for the purpose of being a receptacle of part of one's soul, split by doing the most inhumane action considered a violation of nature: murder. If at least one of the Horcruxes, and by extension the wizard's soul, were intact, the wizard was considered immortal. Splitting one's soul was considered an outright corruption of the very laws of humanity, and, according to Horace Slughorn, existence in such a form was preferred by very few, and was therefore considered the vilest of the dark arts. Although Lord Voldemort's Horcruxes are what we're most familiar with, he wasn't the first one to perform this feat of unspeakable magic. A dark wizard by the name of Herpo the Foul was the first to successfully split his soul, and therefore the person to be accredited to this dark discovery. Switching back to the Dark Lord, Voldemort pushed the boundaries of magic further than any before him by creating several Horcruxes, securing his immortality by linking himself to the world of the living by more than one anchor. Voldemort chose the usage of Horcruxes for his immortality due to his refusal to be reliant on anything but himself. For example, he found the usage of the Elixir of Life to be dependent on him drinking it for all eternity, and the stone required to create the potion, which he could not accept. Relying on external vessels for his soul fragments, however, was acceptable, since they were magical extensions of himself. Now let's go back to that Elixir of Life that I was talking about, because that's the next method that I'm going to discuss. I've mentioned that it was something that needed to be relied upon, and here's what I mean. The elixir comes from the Philosopher's Stone, created by famous alchemist Nicholas Flamel. When consumed, the drinker would no longer age at what would be considered a normal rate. The aging rate slows to what I would guess to be about 1/10 of the normal rate. That is just a wild guess, everybody. Therefore, the elixir did not truly grant immortality, though it only extended the drinker's lifespan as opposed to rendering them invulnerable to damage. Thus, it was possible for them to die even while drinking the potion. It had to be drunk regularly for all eternity to continuously live on. Furthermore, the potion did not rejuvenate youth, as if one lived past their natural lifespan, they would continue to age, eventually taking on a skeletal, almost corpse-like appearance, just as Nicholas did. In saying that, although Nicholas looked as he did, he had lived more than one lifetime, to be honest. He actually lived like 6 lifetimes. He welcomed his impending death after being over 650 years old alongside his wife. So let's move on to our next way of gaining immortality, and it's something we see quite early on in the first Harry Potter book, The Philosopher's Stone, and that is of course unicorn blood. Guys, unicorn blood had the gift to save a drinker from death even when they were very close to it, moments from death. This made it very similar to the elixir of life, which also extended the life of the drinker. However, if taken, it would lead the drinkers to be cursed for all life, all time, as they had slayed an innocent creature for self-preservation. Such an act was considered to be for only those who had nothing to lose and everything to gain. Quirinus Quirrell drank unicorn blood while he was possessed by Voldemort in order to maintain his waning life due to the strain of sharing his body with the Dark Lord, until they can gain access to the elixir of life. 2 years later, Voldemort had Peter Pettigrew craft a dark potion that required unicorn blood as one of the ingredients to regain his rudimentary physical form, which would require him to continuously take the potion to maintain the little health he had regained. It's best explained in the conversation between Harry and Firenze in the Dark Forest, which reads as follows: "The blood of a unicorn will keep you alive, even if you are an inch from death, but at a terrible price. You have slain something pure and defenseless to save yourself, and you will have but a half-life, a cursed life, from the moment the blood touches your lips." But who'd be that desperate? If you're going to be cursed forever, death's better, isn't it? It is, unless all you need to stay alive long enough to drink something else, something that will bring you back to full strength and power. Something that will mean you can never die. I really would love to know more about the properties of unicorn blood, and if it actually works like the elixir of life, where you slowly age, or whether you just actually stop aging completely. It remains to be seen. Following on from unicorn blood, we have a creature of immortality more so than a human or wizard, for better choice of words, and that is the phoenix. A phoenix is described as a large, swan-sized, scarlet magical bird with red and gold plumage, along with a golden beak and talons, black eyes, and a tail as long as a peacock's. Its scarlet feathers glowed faintly in darkness, while its golden tail feathers were hot to the touch. A phoenix was also one of the most independent and detached creatures in the world. Whenever phoenixes died, whether from old age, they would always be reborn from the remaining ashes, technically making them immortal. It's not known whether they can survive the killing curse, however. Phoenixes, so far, seem to be the only beings who possessed natural immortality, as it seemed that there was no known method to truly and permanently kill a phoenix. They were also the only creatures who defied the absolute law that nothing could truly bring back the dead. A phoenix bursting into flames to die of old age, and then to be reborn as a baby phoenix, was known as a burning day. Fawkes, the pet phoenix of Albus Dumbledore, had been reborn from old age many times. Fawkes is the best known phoenix, but I'll also give an honourable mention to Sparky, the phoenix mascot of the Mutahora Macaws, a Quidditch team from New Zealand that were mentioned in Quidditch throughout the ages. Our final way to become immortal is actually unproven, but considered by many, if not all, to actually be a legitimate route to immortality, and that is, of course, by uniting the 3 Deathly Hallows and becoming the Master of Death. By sourcing the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility, it would place the holder in a prime, unchallenging position. The issue is that it's not entirely clear how the person becomes immortal just by owning the Hallows, or if a unification spell needs to be performed. The real truth of the matter is that the whole myth surrounding these items was a massive misconception, as being a true Master of Death was realizing and accepting the fact that everyone would die and there are worse things than death. Harry Potter collected the 3 Hallows and was willing to accept death, and so became the Master of Death. According to Albus Dumbledore, the Hallows were a desperate man's dream, dangerous and a lure for fools. Indeed, many died in their pursuit of the Hallows and the Master of Death legend. Only 2 people were known to actually acquire all 3 of the Hallows, which were of course Dumbledore himself and Harry Potter. However, neither could truly call themselves the Master of Death, as although they gathered them all, they never had more than 2 Hallows in their possession at one time. With the stone lost, it was more than likely that the Hallows would never be united again. So everyone, with that being said, that is today's video on every possible way to become immortal in the world of Harry Potter. If there's anything you'd like to add about immortality yourself, then let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to look out for the next video.